I have a self-love, self-sabotage relationship with myself. Sometimes when I look back on a really toxic part in my life, there were moments of escape, but I chose to cling on to danger. Sometimes I ask myself, was it just the adrenaline keeping me strung out? I do want the best for myself, I do. But the best for me might not be a fairy tale. It might be a horror film or a thriller. I don't know. For now, I'll blame it on just my curiosity for the taboo and the unsettling. My relationship with others has evolved so much because I casually hated humanity very early on in my life. And when I went to high school, a switch just flipped. Truly, I think it was just hormones, and weirdos oddly started trending, and the social butterfly inside of me cracked out of its cocoon. I started befriending everyone I vibed with. I'm nothing short of hilarious, and having a tummy-bending giggle will lock us in for life. I took everyone as they came, because I just expected that out of others. I was not perfect at all. That philosophy slowly but surely drove me through toxic interaction after toxic interaction. I started to realize, dang, these people really just like me because I'm nice. A natural born people pleaser in a crab bucket. And guess who they be using to climb up to the top? I'm an overthinker, so you best believe the rebrand meeting discussed the development of friendships and what will not be allowed in my space. What I really came up with was no lazy friends. I need you to be doing something. I love a good blunt and a laugh, but after a long day of achieving our goals, it's just a little bit more satisfying. I need you to intentionally think about the ones you love and how you affect them. You don't need to be a people pleaser. That's on the far end of the spectrum of what I'm talking about. I'm very selfish, but I take that mask off when taking circumstances into consideration. And I expect that not only for me, but for the community that supports you in your life. It's okay that you are not in a positive space or your actions weren't positive. Whatever you did, stand on it. Stand on it. Because at the end of the day, you did it. And it was done. So it's like, even if you weren't in the right mind space, you still have to deal with the consequences that came with your actions. I don't need yes mans in my ear. There's a crash out that lives in my head already. I need to be told the truth. You gotta be real with yourself, because I'm real with myself every day. There's times that I am delusional. I am a Pisces. I live in la la land a lot of times, but like when I'm interacting with others outside of like my world and my space, I make sure that I try to take that veil of delusional off, and I'm like kind of looking at it from all aspects. And because everybody deserves thoughtful fairness. Like if I'm thinking about something, I don't need to be thinking in like a biased like mindset. I need to be like, okay, this is their custom, so this how they might react. I need to understand this person in order to communicate with them. And I feel like you have to have like a really clear vision of what transparency looks like when you are socializing with others and you're also wanting to talk and be around people, because like everybody wasn't raised the same, and we have to be okay with that. We can't be like, this is my world and nothing on the outside of reality goes on ever. That's just a lie and a myth. Like, bitch, I'm not a part of a cult. I'm a part of a friendship. I'm a part of a partnership. I'm a part of a whatever social interaction that we have. This is not a cult. Should I touch on intimate relationships? Okay, I have to spark for this one. Okay. So this part of my life is deeply underdeveloped. Because likeness and love, I personally feel, should have no boundaries, but then again, love burns out without them. And I also don't really know why every guy from this point, and I say this point, 2016 roughly to June of 2024. And I'm also experimenting, but we can't rule out every man in the world is not shit, but has been bottom of the barrel, scum trash, hot garbage, cans on fire. The fine shit that I'm paying attention to right now is just impressive and nice and miles away, so he can't hurt me. hopefully. Let's put a cap in this convo and spiral into it in like a full breakdown. Yeah, let's put a cap on that. My relationship with myself needs to be stronger. I like challenge, I like rawness because I know I can handle it. Toxicity no longer absorbs me. I can overcome it, and that's why it's always thrown my way. I'm transparent, I love myself, and that's why I'm honest with myself. I want to be excited with my own company as if it was outside of myself. My biggest fan, my cheerleader, my confidant. I want to be there for myself. I want my relationship with my friends, and I'm speaking about my level of 0 through 1 friends, to be open and inquisitive. I want to challenge all my friends on another level of thinking. Every time we link, it'll be a page turned in this chapter in their life. I just want to be able to genuinely give advice and that improves the quality of their lives. A good key will always go along with the lesson. My romantic relationships. I just want to love, uplift, and discover the ins and outs of life with an individual that finds me intriguing. We can intertwine emotionally and experience the beauty of understanding and the sensation of admiration. On a non-yearner and true lover side, I want to evolve my romantic relationships into serious connections. I'm used to riding highs and enjoying good times. I just want to successfully get through the work that strengthens your connection with your lover, to build an unquestionable bond, to be an irreplaceable player on your team. But that comes with a lot of self-work that definitely needs to be worked on. All of these stipulations and I guess requirements I have to be my friends, lovers, or whatever. Yeah, this is stuff that I definitely I uphold to myself. These are my own morals, values, and stipulations that I put on myself as a person, and your community has to embody who you are, and your values have to be shared and respected amongst each other. So therefore, if you can't respect me, or you're not elevating in the same vibration that I am, then we just can't kick it. Simple as that. Birds of a feather flock together, and my bird is flying high.
That I don't wanna justify it, move in silence like an island. Just put me under a spell, but no, he don't love me at all.
This is just what my process and what I do to make my voiceovers easier for me. I'll be all over the place, and sometimes recording a voiceover can get super overwhelming because it's okay, now I actually hate the way I sound and my words are jumbled up. So this is how I just make this process easier so I can knock these videos out. Step 1, have a conversation with yourself. This gets you in the flow of your own thoughts. Step 2, take notes of key phrases that stand out during your convo. Step 3, take a look at the notes of your thoughts and write them into sections. I would say about 2 to 4 sentences. Once each section is broken down, record those sections separately. Then, once you take them into your editing software, make it flow like a real conversation. For example, with this video, the conversation that I had with myself was, I want to take a deep dive into the relationships and the connections that I have in my life. I want to start with the connection and relationship I have with myself, my friends, slightly dive into the intimate relationships I have with people that I choose to be intimate with. And I wanted to understand the values that I hold between these relationships, think about how I want to evolve these relationships to have better connections and more quality interactions throughout life, and why it's important for your community to reflect your morals and values. Once I had that conversation with myself, I broke it down into these sections: the relationship with myself, the relationship with others, and then the relationship with my intimate partners. And then I broke down how I want to evolve each and recorded those separately. And that's exactly what I did with this voiceover as well. Do you see the cycle here? Do you see the success? Do you see the product? Pro tip: be dramatic, be witty, and don't be afraid to evoke emotion. And that's how you create a successful voiceover.